The following program is rated MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
Okay, students, this is your 5-minute warning. I repeat, 5-minute warning.
Silence. This is the 5-minute warning with Ruben Brown, happening right now.
What's up? What's up? What's up? How's everybody doing out there tonight? Welcome to another episode of the 5-minute warning. Once again, it's your boy who finally has been able to see now because I got my eyes dilated earlier. My name is Ruben. And of course, my homie on, I believe, my left.
I like how you had to slow it down.
I mean, because I was about to say right and I realized that's not right. that'd be left. My man on my left, Mo B. How you living today, brother?
I'm good, man. Kicking it.
Awesome. AG will be with us in a few. But, yo, man, it's crazy out here in these streets. I had to go get an eye check today because, I need to make sure I be able to see. And they dilated my eyes and stuff. And it was crazy because I could barely, not that I couldn't see, but everything was kind of blurry and I had to drive myself home and all that beautiful stuff. So, yeah, it was the experience. And they gave me these little, shades to put inside my glasses. So I felt
they put the ones inside your glasses.
Well, yeah, they're like.
I thought they gave you the bus driver jumps, the big ones that you put
over
your glasses.
Yeah, the blue blockers. Nah, man. Nah, I was like, they was like, did you want sunglasses? And I was like, sure, but they just gave me the ones I just rolled inside my glasses. Man, I felt like I was like 75 years old with blue blockers on, though, man. Them things were huge. What's going on, AG? How you living today, brother?
What up, player?
Ah, man, I'm just trying to do what I do. I can see now, so life is beautiful. I got my eyes
What'd you
checked
do your
today.
eyes? You have to get your eyes dilated?
Yeah, man. Bruh.
Yeah, you blind.
I mean,
blind.
I was for like 4 hours, man. They was like, it was about 2 or 3 hours. Nah, I just literally got like real sight like maybe 45 minutes ago. Like literally, I almost came to show Legally Blind and stuff. But hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, I was just driving was interesting. I felt like I had those beer goggles on that they make you wear so you can't see stuff. I can see shapes.
Yeah, I remember that.
And the crazy part was I was walking down the sidewalk and there were 3 people walking, and they kind of passed me. And I felt like one of them was like, what's wrong with that guy? Because I was just really trying to focus on not hitting stuff, like not hitting the poles and stuff. Because once again, I couldn't necessarily see like what things said, but I could see shapes and stuff. Now, with that being said, I can still drive better than most people in the DMV like that. But hey, it is what it is. I wouldn't stop, got me some food. And came home.
You leave them people in DMV alone, man.
Man, whatever, man. They suck at driving. Look, man, we know how I feel about people in the DMV. They suck at driving. They suck at driving. But, that's beside the point. I'm glad. Hey, look, get your eyes checked. Get your eyes checked. Because one day you're going to need them. Oh, wait a minute. Every day you need them. Get your eyes checked if you haven't done so. I got to get some new glasses.
Well, need is a strong word because we do have blind people in the world.
That's true. I mean.
But for driving, for sure. For driving, for sure.
You kind of need it for driving. But once again, some of these people act like they can't see no way. So it's neither here nor there, I guess. It's only as important as you make it. So what we're going to do today, we're going to once again change up some stuff because you know how we like to do. We like to change up with the times and upgrade ourselves in the show as well. So, we're going to streamline a little bit. We're going to do a couple things. We'll have a couple segments instead, kind of change it up a little bit. But once again, hey, hit us up if you watch us on Twitter. Hey, let us know you out there. You watch us on Facebook, let us know you're out there. You watch us on YouTube, let us know you're out there. We appreciate you and thank you for listening today. So the first thing we'll start with the quick shots. 7 minutes, hard-hitting news, hard-hitting just like opinions, and we're going to move. And I got my nice little timer right here. It's got a bell and everything. So let's hit that. All right, now we start. 7 minutes. So apparently, some dude in Virginia once again can't drive 152 miles per hour on a Virginia highway. Really, bro? 152 miles per hour on a Virginia highway? And they got stopped by state troopers, and it's just like, what are you doing that for? Like, what's the purpose? Who needs to go that fast? Anybody have an idea? Why do you need to go that fast?
Well, first of all, I would argue about his driving skills, because if you don't kill anybody or yourself and you can drive 152 miles an hour while doing so, I think you have some skills. Now, did he make bad judgment? Do you have poor judgment? Sure, he had that. But I don't know if you can actually say the dude didn't drive.
I mean, which poor judgment? Getting in the car drunk or just going 152 miles per hour? I mean, like, first of all, they didn't say what car he had. I'm kind of curious.
A car with no governor on it. I topped out at 120.
I mean, clearly.
So I can't really judge because I've done that before too. I just didn't get caught.
See, man, why you telling on yourself, man? You can't be dry snitch on yourself. That's not the point.
20 years ago when I didn't get caught.
You can't dry snitch on yourself, man. That's a bad day.
And they don't have camera footage.
You don't know that.
I do.
Moby, what are you thinking?
I mean, I think y'all missing it. I'm trying to figure out what the police officer was driving to catch him.
Sometimes police officers driving a radio. Radio waves are usually faster than so I'm just saying.
Did he just freeze up for real?
And when you
there he is.
When you pull over somebody that's going 152 miles an hour, first of all, I feel like first thing the officer should have said is, "This car is awesome."
I don't think that's what happened, but that would be fun.
Second of all, you're going to jail, right? Like, before we even start, like, just know you going to jail. Everything else we talk about from here on out is just preliminary stuff to your ass ended up in jail.
Truth.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, and plus, I would definitely say, I probably would have said thank you for not killing yourself or anybody else. Drunk 152 miles per hour? I mean, that's easy death. And they just pulled over like it was cool. I mean, I don't know. If I was going 152 miles per hour, I don't know if I would have pulled. Yeah, I would have. But I wouldn't be going 152 miles per hour. So, whatever. Hey, just don't do that. That's crazy, especially if you're drunk. You made bad decisions that day, and luckily.
They should have put what type of car it was, though. I do want to know what he was pushing to get to 152.
I mean, state troopers got the new Chargers, though.
I ain't talking about just police. I'm talking about now the dude that was driving, because now I do kind of want to know. What was he pushing to get 152?
Well, he wasn't a Darwin Award winner, so clearly.
Well, it's either that or he knows how to take the governor off the motor. That's out of the the CPU.
Yeah.
ECU. So just saying. I mean, usually cars you just can't get them that fast, but it's like, if you know what you're doing, maybe that was it.
Yep. Craziness. All right. Number 2. Look, people, I don't know how many articles have to come out for people to understand there are just certain things you can do and you can't. There's some things you can't do and some things you can't say. And for God's sakes, if you use the N-word in any tech school, you're getting fired. And here's the crazy part, right? Like, it was in Texas. Yep. It was in Texas. A kid recorded his teacher, who was Caucasian, using the N-word in class. I mean,
I want to know, was it like Boondocks when the teacher called Riley? Remix.
Let's try that again.
Was it like Boondocks when the teacher called Riley an N-word?
I mean, I don't really know, but a white Houston area teacher resigned on Wednesday after student recorded a video of him using the N-word during a discussion and asked why he couldn't use the N-word. bruh, if you gotta ask why you can't use the N word, you already like done. And
He's
the
trying to
quote,
reach these kids at their level.
he's trying. And he said, and the
You know what?
reason
You
why
fired for that.
you trying to do too much.
Kobe will not ever be on the 5-minute warning ever again because he fired.
Trying to reach them kids. I'm
Because
sorry. I'm trying to do
apparently
my
they're all
job.
slaves.
So the situation was the teacher said, quote, why do these guys in my class say, man, N-word, you crazy, unquote. That's what he said in the recording. Why do they say that? And why is it because I'm a white guy, I can't say that?
I mean, okay. So he's asking the question. So he was asking why they be saying these niggas crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
first of all, the answer to that question is unknown.
That's not true.
No, it's unknown from his perspective. He'll never get it.
Never
And
gonna
second
get
of
it,
all,
never gonna get it.
he should know that there's just some shit you just can't say, man. Like,
And then, of course, he says, quote, why don't we have a white history month talking about what the Irish went through, unquote, because we're white and it's a white privilege, right? That's what I'm saying.
just tell him to shut the hell up now. I don't even want to defend this dude now. You mean the other 11 months of the year? White History Month. Get the fuck out of here.
Please say something.
Well, first of all, for him to say that and it's something you can Google is ridiculous. Personally, I think he said that, and usually why white folks say this is because they want a reason to drop the N-bomb to start with. It relieves pressure. It's almost like a taboo thing, and then you get one day a year where it's not taboo and you just lose your freaking mind.
What day was that?
I don't know, but he chose his then. Biden didn't give him the okay. But I'm telling you, man, it's like it's something you can Google. All you gotta do is put in why can't white people drop the N-bomb? That's all you gotta do. And it will tell you I'll tell you a litany of things why you can't say that. He didn't want to know why. He just wanted to be able to say it. And he probably thought he wasn't gonna get fired for it.
He didn't think he'd get recorded.
Well, no. He didn't think he'd get fired whether it was recorded or not.
Well,
he didn't think that he'd end up on this show, whether it doesn't matter. He thought that his privilege would give him a pass because he wanted to know. He was trying to understand basically what Moby said from the black kids level.
Long story short, white people, we don't need to explain to you why. Just know them the rules. You can't say it.
And
that's how they teach us.
And just to throw everything out there, because my time is up. He is a theater arts teacher, and that's all.
And that shocked me the most because usually liberal arts teachers understand
No,
dude.
Theater arts.
Well, it's still liberal arts,
Yeah,
and it's just like usually those people know better.
I mean, theater arts, man. The dude, he does plays.
Well, it's still liberal arts, man.
Okay.
It's the arts. All I'm saying is usually those people understand not to say that.
Clearly he didn't.
No.
He ain't got no job now.
No.
And he's on the 5-minute warning. Congratulations. You're on the 5-minute warning.
He's going to teach QAnon in his next school. He'll be all right.
Yeah, no problem with that. Awesome. So, we would like to go to a brand new segment we have here, which is so awesome. I can't wait to get there. It is called Foreign Affairs with Moby. He is going to take us to the world of international espionage and anything of that sort where he wants to take us. But hey, man, it's Foreign Affairs. It's all Moby. It's all you, Moby.
Yeah, welcome to the first edition of Foreign Affairs. Remember, U.S. stops at Georgia. So, in international news in Florida, I'm going to give you 3. I was going to give you 1 story. I'm giving you 3 international stories, all coming from the U.S. territory for now of Florida.
Territory.
So, 51-year-old former judge is charged with pulling a gun out on a neighbor. So Miguel, I can't pronounce his last name. Mirabel, 51-year-old ex-judge who is under investigation for misconduct already, which is why he's a former judge, pulled out a gun on a young man in a garage who was trying to get back in the building. Now, he told the officers that the guy tried to get back in the building, and he asked him what apartment he stayed in, and the guy gave an apartment number that did not exist. However, he was actually being recorded on a 911 call. And on the 911 call, you can hear the person calling the police on the judge saying, "Please back up. Don't get away from me." He just pulled out a Glock and cocked it twice. So apparently this judge is also under investigation for misconduct, and now he's got some gun charges on him. Because remember, in Florida, if you pull the gun out, it's illegal not to shoot. That's an actual rule.
Are you serious?
Yes, stand your ground.
So basically, if you pull it out, be willing to
if
use
he'd
it.
have pulled it out and shot that dude,
He'd have been okay. I mean, he'd have went to jail for murder, but not that.
Well, no, because then
he might not went to jail for murder.
Because technically he's at his residence. Yep, stand your ground. So he pulled his gun out and didn't use it. Now he gotta go to jail.
So wait a minute, are we giving quarter to George Zimmerman?
Another story, but I mean,
podcast. Never mind.
Look, man, we can't control what goes on in these foreign territories, man. We just can't. So in another in another story of Florida, so apparently these people are so wild in Florida that bears are confused by them. Can't make this up. In Florida, in a neighborhood in Florida, there's a bear seen peeping in the window of a resident in Florida. Because apparently they can't believe these people do this dumb shit either. So these bears are confused. Nothing more to that story. I just thought it was weird to see a bear looking at in a window, looking confused as hell.
Peeping bears.
Hey, boo boo! Look at that.
I don't know what's wrong with them, Yogi. They looking kind of crazy.
In the final story, and this is the one that just brought it home for me. So 32 migrants were found in the back of a fast boat attached to a trailer for driving. So a truck was dragging the boat on a trailer and they were going too slow. So when the police pulled them over, they, of course, said, "Hey, what's in the fast boat?" Oh, 32 migrants. Now, I'm not pulling this out to talk about immigrants or illegal aliens. They got found when they were going to North Florida because they were coming up into our country. We was cool with them staying in Florida, but when they was about to cross that line and enter Georgia, hold up, bruh. You can't be doing no illegal border crossings. So, like I said, bruh, U.S. stops at Georgia. I'm Moby, and these are the foreign affairs.
Moco Cowboy, build that wall.
Build a wall in Georgia. Oh my God. Woo. Wow. That's foreign affairs for you right there.
U.S. stops at Georgia, man.
Wow. So, you ready, AG?
I'm trying to get over that bear. Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm gonna post the article in the comment section because that bear is literally just looking in the window, going, "What the hell is these white people doing?" I'm assuming they're white. I'm assuming they white because somebody took a picture of it. And I mean, if you see a bear looking in your window, you trying to take a picture. If you see a bear looking in your neighbor's window, I might take a picture.
Nah, bro. If I had a shotgun, I would go get a shotgun. Move. Yeah, we got to go. It's bad enough they got.
Tell Ruben is don't miss.
Yeah, it's bad enough they got alligators just walking around there. Bears too? Oh hell no! It ain't that kind of party. I don't need no mashed potatoes.
What?
You haven't heard the Beastie Boys reference?
Mashed potatoes?
I didn't know it was that kind of party. I stuck my penis in the mashed potatoes. Except he said the other word.
Oh, all right.
See, Moby know what that was.
Look at him. He's like,
Oh man, that's like the greatest. That's like one of the greatest phrases ever.
That
I
is
love
one
it.
of the worst nonsensical phrases ever put on an album. If I'd have known it was that type of party, I'd have stuck my dick in the mashed potatoes.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Nobody knows what the hell that means.
I use it all the time when appropriate. I mean, I'm sorry. It's just what
you
it
know,
is.
you would have a symbiotic relationship with that line. I'm just saying.
Hey, I mean, not that I've stuck my penis in mashed potatoes, but you know, I'm not saying you should do such because them shits might be hot. So, not my thing. All right, AG, my bad.
It's all good. Well, you know, I haven't talked about reverse racism on this show before because I'm all about balance. I don't think that either side gets it right all the time. I don't think either side is evil all the time. But the producer of producers, my wife, tells me this story about 30 minutes ago because I had another story queued up and I was ready to do that one. But this one came up and I was like, hold up. Okay. The Art Institute of Chicago. First of all, before I even get started, this is not a federal building. It's not. It's an Illinois State building. But anyway, the Art Institute of Chicago has docents or docents, however you pronounce it, basically people that are well trained, and they guide you. If you want a guided tour, they guide you through the artwork in the entire museum. They have an 18-month training program to start with, and they go through training every week based on what art is there, attaining new skills, whatever it is. And this is all volunteer. These people don't get paid. So the vast majority, the vast majority of the demographic of these volunteers are older white women, which I don't really have a problem with because if you're wealthy, that's almost a requirement to volunteer at this level. This is not something you just call up, just show up on a Saturday. And
Hey, girl.
right. This is something that's it's a job, but you just don't get paid. But you can stand that because your spouse or you have enough money to spend all of your time preparing and executing this job. Well, anyway, just like most of the arts at any level, really, it's virtually all white. The staff is virtually all white. And I think we've all been to a museum when we were kids on the field trip or whatever, and we've been guided through a museum on a particular tour or a general tour of the museum, and the people were all white. They were older and they were white. Well, they got new management here, and they want to diversify their staff, which is cool because you should. And especially where this museum is located downtown Chicago, your patrons, because you have to pay. This is not a federal building. You have to pay to get in. So the people that come to see you are brown, black, white. They have ethnicity to them or whatever. They have religious differences. Everybody is going this place because I've been there and I've seen it. So they decide, because they want to diversify their staff, they sent out an email firing. I don't even really know what I can say as far as the terminology for firing a volunteer, but we're just going to use that for argument's sake. They sent out an email firing all of these people. Now, like I said, this is something that you have to train for 18 months to start with. And you have to stay current for trainings and this and that. You have to program and design and execute your own tours, all of these things. So they decided to let all these people go so they could put brown people in. And I'm sitting here going, why couldn't y'all just, as these older people, because most of them are older, as they left, fill the position with some brown people or some black people or some ethnically or religiously diverse people, whatever you wanted to do. But you're going to discriminate against these people because of discrimination. Now, again, the first thing I wanted to say to start with, to kind of tee this up, is the arts community in general racist as hell. That's why we have a black museum of the African American Museum in Washington, D.C. to start with. Because if the Smithsonian can get it wrong, if the Louvre can get it wrong, everybody's going to get it wrong. The arts are generally whitewashed, especially at that level. But I still don't appreciate people that ain't done nothing besides their job getting fired because they didn't do anything because you want to change your policy. When you could have simply said, as these people leave, we will replace them with brown people. So the next thing they did is try to clean up what they did by saying we didn't fire these people when you did, because everybody's got the email, and then going on Fox News and saying we didn't ask these people not to talk to the press because you did ask them not to talk to the press. So all that said, black people didn't get it right because the lady that's running this whole thing is black. And I'm sitting here going, why? You didn't have to do that. You created a problem on top of a problem. You're not going to fix it in a day, and it's not really going to get fixed. I get the fact that you want somebody that's brown talking about slavery for real, but you really don't have anything permanent for them to talk about to start with, because if you do have any black art at all, it's a transient type of thing. It's not going to be there. It's going to be somewhere else in a few months. So you didn't have to do what you did. And that's all I got to say about that. I thought it was crazy.
Let me ask a question that's going to sound like I'm making light of this.
Okay.
So you mean to tell me these older white people got fired for being old, white, and affluent?
Yes.
And the new person in charge, black female, thought that they could let all these white people go and that they would be quiet about it?
Well, she was almost right, because only one woman decided she would talk to the press.
That in itself is amazing to me. Because the idea of oppressing a group of people who've never been oppressed before and thinking they're going to shut the hell up about it, it's like going outside looking for a unicorn. Like, it's...
Well, here's a unicorn. I just don't... it's farting rainbows and everything.
And I'm in agreement with you. Like, these people's old, man. Someone about to die anyway. You got some fit positions to backfill.
That's what my whole point. 95% of the demographic were older. When I say older, I mean like 60 plus grandma age type older.
Like they retired already and probably need to retire again. Exactly. Like they working on their third retirement.
Exactly. or they have a wealthy spouse. Now, all of them weren't wealthy, because Lauren was telling me that there was, in another article she read about the same thing, she was telling me that you had a condo manager and there was someone else that had a job that wasn't high paying, or, could put you in the category of affluent. So it wasn't all of them, but by and large, these were older white women that had the time because they had independent money.
And they had to be trained for 18 months before you can even do the job?
Yes. It's hardcore. And it's not even 18 months. They have a bi-weekly class you need to take. You have to design your own tours. So basically anything new that comes in, you have to know, and everything that's in there as stationary, you have to know, like the back of your hand. Because again, I don't ever remember being guided through a museum and somebody, stammering and acting like they don't know what they're talking about. Well, now I understand why. So this is kind of the reason why this is one of the things I don't like about my girl AOC, which I respect her for what she's done. But this whole thing about being on a witch hunt for these wealthy people, not understanding that they sign your check, to some degree is stupid. Same thing here. You want to try to develop diversity by doing the same discrimination? What?
And who's been working since they let everybody go?
Well, they're not actually fired yet, but I don't know what's going to happen when they're
but what was the plan? Like, what was the plan?
They didn't have a plan, because the email was sent out on the 3rd. I don't know when they were actually going to be fired, but it was going to be in short order. I don't know how you replace that kind of skilled talent in a month.
They gave him a 30-day notice to find some pigmentation.
Well, yeah. But see, the thing is, these people live up the street in Grant Park or Hyde Park. I'm sorry. These people live around the corner and up the street off of Michigan Avenue on the Gold Coast. Now, again, I want to say this again. This is not a federal building. You have to pay to get in. This is a state thing. It might even be a city thing. So when you go sending out mailers and cold calls and warm calls about donations, you're you're talking to the spouse of one of these women or men that sign checks that are 7 digits long. And you know what they're going to say?
Nah, we
Go
good.
F yourself is
Yeah,
what they're
we
going to
good.
say. Because I promise you, if I was one of these dudes and they fired my wife for that, I would be waiting for the call just so I could say F you. Because you fired my wife because she is an older white woman for no other reason. When all you had to do was let her just come to you one day, say, you know, I'm going to retire from this. I'm good. And then replace her with somebody brown, somebody black, somebody Jewish, somebody whatever you wanted to do, whatever numbers you had to hit. That's how you do it. But to enact something and execute something on a group of people that feels and sounds like the same thing that was happening to you that got us to this point is still wrong. It doesn't make it right. It's still wrong. So that's all I'm saying.
Nothing, Ruben. You just
He looks like he wants to say something.
yeah.
Like, as a person who's dealt with volunteers in the past, like, you only get rid of volunteers unless they're detrimental to what you're doing. Because when it's all said and done, you can say what you want. It could be the worst damn volunteer ever. Like, I mean, they could be the worst shit ever, but they are still a body, a head count, and something that allows you to do something. I mean, short of cursing like your patrons out or getting into a fight or anything on that level, you don't fire volunteers. That's like dumb. Now, you can add to your volunteer base, and if you want to weed these people out, hey, you get them to train the black people, and then you start sliding their hours on the low. You don't fire them. That's stupid. Because when it's all said and done, 1, you don't pay them. 2, you don't pay them. 3, they're doing this because they ain't really got nothing else better to do.
Oh, because they really love doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
In
was
this
that was
case,
4.
yeah. In this case,
That was 4 because they love doing it, and all you're doing is being a dick.
Yep.
I mean, that's it. You're being a dick. And it's like, I mean, yeah. Of all the worst volunteers I've ever had to deal with, I've never fired anybody. I just didn't make that phone call to use their help again.
And then asked them not to talk to the press, and they actually did it for the most part. Unbelievable.
I mean, because when it's all said and done, man, they're old and they don't care. That means the one who talked to their pest is probably the one who talks the most, is probably the one that you hate the most.
Well, actually, the one that talked to the press was black. But what I was telling Lauren was, there's 2 things that are just like ironic here. The one that talked to the press was black, and the lady who enacted this with the last name Stein was black. But to end up on Fox News and Fox News be right is the last thing I need in my life.
First of all, the fact that they were on Fox News is already a problem.
But they're right though, and
I'm not saying
I'd
they're
have to go on the record and say I agree. That's the worst day ever for me, man. I ain't trying to agree with nobody on Fox, but until I have to. But I didn't have to this time. But they made me.
And Fox News probably couldn't wait to get this story out. They couldn't wait.
I mean, they're salivating. I mean, that's like eating that hamburger when the mayonnaise and ketchup run down your arm. Yeah, they ready to go.
Especially if the black woman is the one who took it to Fox News, man. They was like, "Come on, girl."
No,
they
interviewed. Who did they interview? They interviewed this lady's boss from the Chicago Art Institute.
Yeah, because you're not going to interview the lady because that ain't happening.
Anyway, like I said, man, it's not cool to not be cool, no matter what you think.
Stop being mean to old people.
So yeah, that's me.
Wow. I don't know how to follow that.
There's nothing to follow. It's awful. That's what it is. So, but whatever. That's what we doing.
Yeah.
That's what we doing. And really, the reason that's what I was going to say. The reason why a lot of these people didn't show up to talk to the press, even though they were asked not to. Like I was telling Lauren, it's like, why they didn't? Because there's no way in the world a affluent white woman is going to be taken seriously because they were discriminated against, even though they should be in this particular instance. The optics are way too bad.
Oh yeah.
So I wouldn't say nothing either. That's probably why the one person that spoke to him was black, because they can feel it both ways. So it's just like, they can feel the socioeconomic, they can feel the racial on both sides, because these people are their friends. Everybody's not evil. And then they can feel the part where they always getting hated on because they got some money. So it's like hate, like Ruben says, all the way around. It's crazy. I'm just saying, man, don't jack with people to sign your checks.
Perfect lead in to F that guy.
There you go. He ain't a guy, but I'm just saying.
Wow, and you're right. It is a perfect lead in to F that guy, because this week I got a couple I want to F those guys first of all, and this will be very quick.
Those as in plural?
Yes, those as in plural. So we got to start at the beginning of last week, because this happened, while the show was going on, but it didn't come to a conclusion until Monday. Bruh. Like, the whole Gruden situation is crazy. But you know what? I can be mad at Gruden for saying what he said and writing what he wrote. But you know what? F Bruce Allen for doing it on some work email. Like, really? If you at least Gruden was trying to hide his stuff by putting it on private email, like some Gmail, some Hotmail, or some AOL mail or something. Nope. Bruce Allen was doing it from at WashingtonRedskins.com. Bruh. That's what we doing. That's what we doing, man.
That's a man who is too comfortable.
Yeah.
But
really?
the real thing is, like, why shouldn't he be comfortable though?
I mean, but that's what?
History has shown him that he's allowed to be, and
exactly.
Yeah, but it's one of those things. He didn't think like 9 years later his emails would have been gone through by the FBI and stuff, and somebody would have stole some emails and sent them to the Washington Post or whoever they sent it to. And hey, guess what? You're a racist. And everybody's like, really? Y'all just found that out? I mean, we kind of knew Bruce Allen was questionable on that topic, but now we know. But we got rid of him 2 years ago, so now he's just leaving dirt in his wake. First Gruden, now the chief. The chief lawyer for the NFL, yeah, he's about to quit. It's just a matter of time. But that's number one. Number two, F those guys, man. F those Cowboy fans. Because now I got to listen and watch and see, how about them Cowboys? All on my Facebook. Now it's infiltrated my place of peace, which was my Instagram account. And I'm just like, come on, man. Like, when it's all said and done, I hope y'all go 16-1 so y'all can lose in the second round of the playoffs. Bruh, like, I'm not going to say you're terrible, but here it is, man. It's and all because they beat a sorry New England team in New England in overtime. Hey, guess what? Tom Brady ain't there. You ain't beat Tom Brady. You beat a rookie. Let it go. And then you needed overtime to do it. Man. And all I see, how about them Cowboys? Life be good if you're a Cowboys fan. And all this other bullshit I gotta watch. Man, F y'all. All y'all. Rotate that shit. So,
Y'all are literally the same people
No.
wearing different colors.
No, I don't know why you keep saying that.
If y'all were 5-1, it wouldn't have mattered if y'all had beat 5 JV squads. You would be up here talking about Taylor Heineke is the man. Washington football team is going to win the division, and the Super Bowl is in your grasp.
Man, first of all, no, because we haven't talked like that in at least 30 years, and most of these people talking like that now won't even born. Number two, I mean, let's be real. It's like I'm never gonna talk like that because there's just no way. Because I don't trust the team enough to talk like that. I just don't. And number three, look, man, the Cowboys won the Super Bowl in July. I don't know about you, but they've been winning since July. So it's like I hear what you saying, and you might
they're just flashier versions of Washington fans. Like,
but you might be talking about other Washington fans.
The Cowboys in the offseason always feel like they're going to the Super Bowl, and Washington always feels like we're just one player away. We're just one player away.
And once again, I don't know what Washington fans you're talking about because we ain't been one player away since our one player left in '94.
AG, you hear this bullshit he talking about?
I can't swallow anymore.
You hear this bullshit?
I'm about to freak.
Whatever,
It's coming out of my nose right now, bro.
I mean, we've gone to what 3 playoffs in the last 20 years, 4 playoffs in the last 20 years. I mean, we got just as many wins as the Cowboys in our 4 playoff visits and their visits since they won their last Super Bowl. I'm just saying, look, man, I understand what you're saying, Mob, because you're just like, well, y'all just alike. But I'm telling you, the reason why we're not alike is because we haven't been good enough to talk like that. Not even close.
Nor have the Cowboys until now.
But the Cowboys talk like that every year.
I realize that, but the idea that a Redskins fan is talking to me about this is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
I get maybe you just don't talk to other Washington football fans, but I'm telling you, man, I see Washington football fans all the time, and every time I hear them talk, I'm just like, y'all don't even know y'all just Cowboys fans with different colors on, man.
But we can't be Cowboys fans because we're not good enough to be that. We can't get enough. We're not even good enough to lie like that. Now, those people who be talking to you and say they do, they're not real Washington fans. They just got hope. They got a lot of hope. And you know what? The first thing they can talk about is John Riggins. Because that's the last thing they know about, which means they old.
All right, man. Like,
they old.
You got it, man. You got it.
I'm saying, man. I'm sick of you talking like that.
I'm sorry the Cowboys' success makes you feel so bad about yourself all the time, man.
It doesn't make me feel bad about myself. It makes me wish that December was tomorrow. So we could put that whooping on them, and we ain't got to listen to it no more.
See, but what happens if the Cowboys win it all?
They're not going to.
See, I didn't say that, but what happens, man? Like, do we have to put you on suicide watch if the Cowboys win the Super Bowl, man?
No, I just realized
because honestly, I feel like you wish for the Cowboys' demise more than you wish for your own team to have success.
Nah, because honestly, it's been for the last 20 years. It's been hard to realize success. What it looks like in Washington, because it doesn't.
The problem is the Washington football fans and the Cowboy fans don't realize how to be a real fan. See, I'm a real fan.
Oh God,
I'm a real fan. I know I root for a loser, and I act accordingly. You don't ever hear me out here getting too high, too low. It's like, look, I know what they're gonna do to me in the end. They're gonna be terrible at the end, but I'm a realist.
But you know why you're a realist here? Because you're here, and you're not out there out west with the rest of the Raiders fans.
Do you not know me? Like personally, me? I don't get too high, too low about anything.
But I'm saying, man. But you sit here and say like, "Well, y'all just like Cowboys fans." Come on, man. I'm pretty sure in Vegas or Oakland or whatever, the Raiders fans are just like them, probably just as bad.
Man, the Raiders fans just know we're gonna win the fight at the game.
True.
We might not win the game, but we know we're gonna win the fight.
Because no matter where the Raiders are playing, there's always a black hole.
Yeah, like we know we're gonna win the fight.
All I'm saying is that it's clockwork every year, man.
KB, technically the Raiders have already won the Super Bowl to me because John Gruden ain't the coach no more.
You're so stupid.
I popped a bottle of champagne as soon as he resigned.
He's not wrong. Actually, I want to put a prediction in as far as the Raiders go. Bieniemy is going to have that job next year.
I hope he does it.
It's a good situation.
Well, yes and no. It depends because when it's all we're talking football. It depends because are they going to keep Derek Carr? That's like the biggest question.
I don't see why there's no one available that is better than he is.
Yeah, but Gruden was ready to get rid of that dude 2 years ago.
Everybody's been ready to get rid of an all-pro. It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard the last 5 years.
Gruden was ready to do it.
Gruden got rid of Khalil Mack, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So whatever.
He has no credibility anymore.
But he was about to get rid of him.
Why are we talking about him? Gruden is the most overrated football coach in the history of the NFL. I said it before this racist, homophobic shit came out. I've always felt like this about him. He's the most overrated football coach in NFL history. It's him, and then right below him is Mr. 7-9 Jeff Fisher, who then was like, yo, Gruden, why you got my name in your mouth, man? It's bad enough I've been 7-9 my whole career. Now you out here throwing my name in this Sam stuff. Like, no.
That was funny.
That was classic. That was classic.
I was like, how you gonna throw shade twice? You threw shade first of all, you threw shade. Hey, they could convince Jeff Fisher to get this, whatever he called him, Sam boy. And I'm just like, yo, wow, you just basically said that they're telling the Rams what to do because the Rams coach is they're terrible. You need this help over here. You better get the gay guy. I'm sorry.
I mean,
really?
let's be honest. At the time that happened, it did really feel weird that they drafted him just because they had like the most stacked defensive line in the NFL at the time. They're like, hey, let's draft this other guy. But I mean, hey, Jeff Fisher's like, man, I ain't said shit to nobody in like 3-4 years, man. Why you bringing my name in it, man?
Mr. 7-9.
I'm out here living my best retired life.
Man, that dude got more jobs than anybody.
White privilege.
7-9.
White privilege at his best, man.
Yes. But yeah, still F those Cowboy fans. And that's what it is. So let's see. We gotta go to the board. We got stuff. Did I miss the motivation for Noogman 25 stash? You like stash? Yeah. I decided to grow it because I had nothing else better to do. Let's see.
Gruden should give the Super Bowl ring to Tony Dungy while he's at it.
Yeah, he should.
I mean, that was his team.
It really was.
I heard the Rams were going to Super Bowl this year. That's funny.
That's a whole nother podcast.
Moco Cowboy Kirk Cousins almost made the team over the hump. Stop it. See, Moco, man, we were cool again, and you bringing up some Kirk Cousins bullshit. Like, really?
Hey, man, I got one today. Plus, statistically, kind of all world. Just saying. He
was statistically all world in Washington too, and we went 8-8 because he couldn't beat the lowly Giants. When the Giants tried, the year that we lost, the Giants tried it. They took out all their starters except for Eli. And all we had to do was score 18 points.
You seem
and
hurt,
we couldn't
man.
do that. Yeah, because Kirk Cousins, man.
you seem hurt, man.
Kirk
hey, man,
Cousins, man.
Let that man cash them checks, man.
Man, F Kirk Cousins.
Y'all paid that man well.
Not as well as Minnesota.
I mean,
and all they got is one
actually, y'all are the reason he got paid in Minnesota.
Exactly. Guaranteed money. 3 years. Now he's on another contract.
I mean, he needs to be paying us back. We hooked him up. Man, we hooked him up with one of the greatest contracts in the NFL history.
Don't worry, he will never say a negative word about Washington. He's gonna be like, y'all dudes is all right with me.
He saved all that money too. He was driving his grandma's van.
Time. He's also not vaccinated, but we're not gonna talk about that.
It's another podcast. Yep. Talking about all that. So your hate is at level. Man, you're on 11 with the hate today.
Actually,
basically, what happens is when you say something he don't have anything to combat, he's just gonna throw a hateful statement out there that ain't got nothing to do with what you're talking about. Because that's how. What did that have to do with anything?
Which part?
Him not being vaccinated. You just threw that out there because that was some old hateful stuff.
Yeah,
I got a little problem to pick with you. I got a problem with you right now, Ruben, this whole Cowboys thing.
Oh yeah.
All right, Moby. we had a family gathering. It had to be Thanksgiving, I believe, years ago. This was
Okay.
when RG3's rookie year.
Man, that's a long time ago, bro.
Didn't I just say years ago?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Anyway, so I'm sitting there. I'm the only Cowboys fan because my mother was there. So her and I, only Cowboys fans in the room.
Now Uncle Lloyd's there.
Oh, I know he was
a
Cowboy fan.
Man, brother. What?
That's right, he is. My bad.
Oh,
So we're
man.
all with 3 of us then, and it had to be 20 people in the house. So we're watching the game. Redskins are playing Dallas in Dallas. As you know, RG3 torched the Cowboys for, unbelievable stats that day, and they ran me out of there. Literally, they ran me out because I got so tired of hearing this. And he was between my cousin Aaron and this dude right here. They the main ringleaders. Now, to hear him talk about Cowboys fans after that experience is the dumbest crap I've ever heard.
The same fans wearing different colors.
Exactly.
Nah, man, it's personal.
And the
Personal
reason why I got a problem with you, because every time Dallas did anything good, what do you hear out of me besides nothing?
But that wasn't directed towards you, really.
It doesn't. You said Cowboys fans.
Cowboys and Washington football team.
Yeah,
Crip
but
and Bloods, man.
but
just gang banging on the same block, baby.
Man,
I'm just saying, man. It's like you
on,
can
man.
dish it out, but you can't take it, man. That's all I'm saying.
What are you talking about, man? I've been taking this joint for years.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm moving on. I don't even know why I said it.
I don't either.
Because it's just wasting time. Moving on. My 5.
So, my 5 this week is about an article that was found. So, a dude in Shreveport, Louisiana, he kind of almost won a jackpot. He didn't win, but it's whatever. So, they asked him on TV, live television. His name was James. And they said, hey, what would you do if you won that $7 million prize? He says, quote, well, I'm definitely going to get a new supercharged Mustang with dual exhaust. And, wait for it, about 5 kilos of cocaine, and I'll be good to go.
Big ups to the reporter who glossed right over that. And said, so you like cars?
Yeah.
so with because I'd have just been in the background. Oh, so that's what you heard him say? you heard him talk about the cars. You hear about that booger sugar he was talking about?
So
wait a minute, back up. Booger sugar?
You never heard that? Oh yeah, man.
Oh my God.
He was talking about that white girl.
I record this stuff.
He was talking about that white girl, man. That's what it was. Back in school, they had a movie about that called The White Girl.
And he was like eerily specific about the exact amount of cocaine he needed.
Kilos.
Just about 5 kilos, and I'll be good to go. That was I'll be good to go is the part that hits me hard. Like, not that I needed 5 kilos, 5 kilos, and he'll be good to go.
I think he was going to distribute that thing. I don't think he was going to snort it all.
No. Because if you're going to distribute, first of all, you're going to want more than 5 kilos.
And then you're not telling nobody.
And second of all, you're going to be smart enough to not be on the news. See, being on live TV talking about drugs means you're a user, not a seller.
You know what? Touche.
And yes, the dude was Caucasian. And the reporter,
so his priorities in life: dual exhaust, cocaine.
Hey man,
not a house, not a car.
Superchargers and getting high are not cheap, bro.
I'm clearly not. But it is what it is, I guess. So for today's my 5, we decided to have a little fun with it. So today, gonna go what 5 things non-essential, such as cars, house, food, anything, clothes, all that crap. Nope, you can't choose any of that. What 5 things non-essential would you buy if you won the lottery? AG, what 5 non-essential things would you buy if you won the lottery?
First of all, I would increase my carbon footprint by buying that Ferrari I always wanted. And the second thing, I make myself feel better about that awful purchase by buying a Tesla. The third thing I do,
balance.
Exactly.
Balance.
then I'd ruin all that balance by buying that $11 million beach house in the Outer Banks.
Because you don't need that.
Not at all. Then I would double down on my trifling with all that money by buying a penthouse in New York City, right down the street from the United Nations, because that's a really nice part of town. Basically, if you're overlooking the park,
Okay.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Then
I was gonna say that's 4.
yeah, then I was gonna buy all 6 type of Jordans that I want 10 deep, so my stuff always look new.
So you go buy 60 pairs of Jordans?
Oh my God, yes, man! I have always wanted a closet that looked like a baller, and if I won a lottery, I'd be a baller.
Sound purchases, my friend.
Exactly. You said non-essential, but you judging me right now.
Yeah, it really is. The judgment is strong from that one.
It is. Because I'm just like 6 different types of Jordans, but
Yeah,
10
because
apiece.
like when I wear my Jordan 6s, that's that first championship, and nothing for Boo Love. Dude, Kebiako, I thought you'd be better than this. Everything that I have is for Boo Love, whether it's mine or not.
Even
So
the
I don't
Jordans?
know. I'm starting to feel like your marriage is on rocky ground right now.
I mean,
But
is she
I'm
gonna
gonna leave
wear
that
the
alone.
Jordans?
Huh?
Is Boo Love gonna wear the Jordans?
Dude, I'm gonna try to talk my wife into getting some girl Jordan so we can rock it. There's nothing sexy than a woman running around with skinny jeans and some Jordans on, especially Jordan 13s. Oh my God. She said she down.
I wish I could tell you if I knew what these Jordans look like, but I don't.
It don't matter. You don't need to know. You don't like them no way. It don't matter. This is my dream. This is my dream.
That is your dream.
That's right.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yes. Keep judging. It's okay. I'm gonna let you judge.
The judgment came out like real strong. Like as soon as you start talking, I could just feel it.
I mean,
this
nah.
is the dude that said non-essential. I don't need any of this stuff I said. This is complete fantasy land. Don't nobody need to go to the Outer Banks, black like me, buying an $11 million beach house and expect it not to get burned down. Nobody.
And he didn't say how much money we went into, because I mean, I feel like that's important to know how much money I got to work with. Or we just saying like just.
I'm saying I thought it was Powerball. You won the Powerball.
I mean, but how much?
$100 million. $100 million. After taxes and everything, $100 million.
It's enough that you ain't got to buy no essentials. Your essentials are on lock and good.
I mean, okay.
I mean, you ain't living in the house you living in. You living in a better house.
That's right. Right down the street from the United Nations. $50 million apartment. Just saying. Never had to take you in. Uber Eats every night.
Really? Uber Eats?
Yeah, man. Bring it to you, baby. Bring it to you, baby. Buy a chef. I don't want no chef. I don't want no dude in the house looking at my wife. What's wrong with you? It'd be a problem. My wife running around looking all good. No. We're gonna have that. Uber Eats, man.
So you can have different men come to your house dropping you off food every day.
No.
You giving options.
No. What I'm saying to you is Uber Eats comes to the door. A chef is all in your crib. I'm good. No.
Oh man.
Because I know how I look at my wife, and I ain't trying to do all that.
Ooh, all right.
I'm just saying.
And Moby's locked up again.
He is.
That's beautiful.
I think a lot of people are on the internet in this house. There you go.
Yeah, man, you need to tell them. Ain't it bedtime? They shouldn't be on the internet.
Look, man, I don't know, man. People out be trying to sabotage me, apparently. I guess the neighbor I'm stealing the Wi-Fi from just is getting tired of my shit.
All right, Moby, what would you buy? Non-essential.
I mean, look, man. I know people always claim that money is gonna change. Money changes people, but I promise you, man, money's absolutely gonna change me. So you ain't gotta worry about that. Money is gonna make it so I have enough money to be petted. And so, number one on the list, do you let me? Oh God, you give me an infinite amount of money like that? I'm buying the house next to John Gruden, and I'm having cookouts with all my homies every night. And every weekend we having a gay pride thing right in the front
God.
yard.
Oh my God.
And we're gonna be playing flag football right in front of his house every day.
What? I can't do it.
Wow.
You know, matter of fact, on the weekends when we're gonna be playing two-hand touch.
Wow, with the gay pride thing going on, that's so nasty. That's wrong. That's almost wrong, man.
I got no words, man.
Hey man, look, it's not.
Yes, you do.
You said non-essential, man. All the non-essential things in my life are petty.
Wait a minute. I didn't know you needed a certain amount of money to be petty. Or you mean be super petty?
Yo, man. See, Ruben is like sideline petty. See, I can't be sideline petty. I want to be in the game petty, man. Like I want to be the star player of my petty.
You want to be the franchise. First round, first overall.
I mean, the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find every hip hop studio in Georgia or wherever Future records, and every time he has a session, I'm just gonna buy his session out because I'm gonna make sure that the world never has to hear that motherfucker again. Like that's like we just, hey man, this is my list, man.
I didn't say nothing.
You don't need to. You're still judging.
I mean, no, I'm not judging on that. I'm like, damn. Like,
I'm gonna have text alerts on all of my devices every time. Future gonna have to have pseudonyms for his studio session. He better not come in there. He better not come in there with his name. Be like, hey, we got a record session with Future. No, you don't. Shut this shit down.
Wow.
Oh, you know how much a major label will pay for studio time, man? You don't care. That's right. You got all the money. Don't matter.
Sam say you give me all the money, man.
My bad.
Look, man, I can live in the same house, but if I got enough money to afford to be petty everywhere else, man, I'd be fine right here. I'd be right in the same chair in the same house, being petty all over the place.
I ain't got nothing for.
Woo. So that's true.
So my
scared.
frivolous. No. I'm gonna throw one frivolous, selfish person. I want a Nissan Skyline, but not the actual USA version Nissan Skyline. No.
Oh, he wanted right wheel drive.
I want to get the imported thing in just so I can stun on them and go through the drive-through in reverse.
You said not essential.
I'm going to every drive-through in reverse, roll the window down.
And you know what? The funny thing about that is there's nothing that says you can't. Not a thing.
Nah, that's funny as hell. I can't be mad at that. That's just funny.
You stumped the hatingest dude in the world, man.
Yo, man, I thought my hate was on 1,000. God, I didn't realize that Mo B's hate was on like 8,000.
Man, see, this ain't hate, man.
You
I
hate
just have enough money to do what I really feel, you know, to do things that move me. You know, I'm gonna be a philanthropist of my own causes, you know.
Wow, is this anymore? You can't use that word anymore, man.
Jesus. I feel like I created a monster with this one.
Oh man, I mean, like I said, man, I'm gonna have enough money to be petty, and I'm gonna take advantage.
Go for it. You got 2 left.
I'm going to have a Trump 2024 rally, and I'm gonna do nothing but invite hip hop artists and Dave Chappelle.
You know, everything that he's named is petty. Even when he says it's not petty, it's still petty.
No, I was up front. I was up front at the beginning.
You were.
Wow, my list is boring.
I'm gonna have enough money to be petty.
That's right.
Wow, that's one more.
And then I'm going to throw a international banquet, not in Miami. I'm gonna go to Jacksonville, Florida, and we basically gonna have a U.S. stops at Georgia rally. In Jacksonville. I'm gonna bring all the people, the like-minded people like myself, and we are going to find a way to get all of our brains together and figure out how we can make Florida no longer a state.
Wow.
So he's gonna go to Florida's Tijuana
We're gonna rally,
and
man. We're
and
gonna
try
rally.
to try to figure out how their state cannot be a state.
Yeah, we're gonna rally. I'm gonna get that judge that pulled the gun out on that dude in the garage. He gonna work security.
No, don't get that dude because he won't shoot.
That's true. But then I'm gonna get the bears, that's looking at these white folk house. They're gonna be chilling. But yeah, man, we gonna have you make United States whole again by eliminating Florida, man. We're gonna work out a deal to trade Florida for Puerto Rico, man. Like them dudes in Puerto Rico deserve to be a state. Florida, not so much. We can do without, man. I'm just saying, besides Disney World, South Beach, Golden Girls reruns, like what is Florida really giving us?
Well, Golden Girls is pretty important, man.
Once again, that's why I put them in the list. Golden Girls reruns.
Okay, yeah.
Universal Studios, man.
Okay.
Universal and SeaWorld. SeaWorld's kind of cool.
Nah, SeaWorld can go to hell.
Let's go.
I mean,
anyway,
we can relocate SeaWorld.
That's true. You can.
There's a whole bunch of areas in Georgia that ain't got nothing but sticks and hicks. So we can just, put it right there.
Ain't wrong. And well, there's not a lot going on in Savannah. You can put it there.
Nah, you don't want to put the fish near the drunk people.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to do it in Savannah.
No, I don't want to do that. Okay.
Half of it be segregated still.
You truth.
I mean,
well, at least the fish will be black and white. Be here all week, folks.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Ruben. Tell us about all the wonderful things you would do with your money. Since
I know, right?
Since I'm still gonna be living in this house, just out here living my best petty life.
I mean, clearly,
living my best petty life.
I want to see him drive through the thing backwards.
Backwards in a Nissan Skyline in reverse.
$100,000 car plus import fees.
Ordering all dollar menu stuff.
You know what?
Let me get the value fry, the small shot glass cup frosty.
Wow.
A 4-piece nugget. Can you give me an extra sweet and sour sauce? Yeah, I know I only got 4 nuggets, but I like dipping my nuggets twice.
Now you sound about Hannibal Buress.
Actually, you can get $1.49 for the nuggets. You get what, 10, right? Yeah.
Nah, man, that's different place, bro.
That's different place, man.
That's at Burger King.
What drive-thru are you talking about?
McDonald's.
I said Wendy's, man.
Oh, my bad. Never mind. I'm sorry.
I thought you said McDonald's.
I said Wendy's because I said a little shot glass frosty, man.
That's right.
You talking about the biggest ripoff? That thing. What?
Hey, man. Frosty's a frosty. I don't care.
Yeah, man, but this big. I mean, I don't need you to question what I put in my body.
That's just enough dairy not to send me to the bathroom. I'm not mad at him.
Nah, I'm going to the bathroom. All right.
That's right, KBIACO. My flag football game is going to have women refs. Women refs.
Apparently, he don't like them either.
Michael Sam's going to be one of the coaches.
Which is more petty? Buying Ruben tickets, row 1 at the 50-yard line, team at the Cowboys, or terrible seats for the team at the Cowboys?
I don't know. I'll say 50-yard line so you can see us one up close.
Well, it's 2 options with that, because if I'm in the back and the Cowboys lost, you really couldn't hear me, bruh. 50-yard line front row, right behind the Cowboys, and they getting smacked by Washington, bruh. I'm getting escorted out.
You wouldn't get escorted out.
Yeah, or beat up 1 or 2.
That is probably more.
That's more likely. That's more likely.
I mean, but you know what? There are some times in life where you just have to take an ass whooping.
That ain't one of them.
That is not one of them.
That ain't the hill to die on, man.
However, I'll never forget the time we went to see San Francisco play Washington in D.C. or Maryland, wherever, and this one dude from shoes to hat, Cowboys gear, walks in the spot. Boo! It's like, bro, you pay $100 for a ticket so everybody can boo you? Yo, that's like insane petty.
And the Cowboys weren't even in the building?
They weren't even in the building.
That's petty.
That's petty. Like literally. And I think that's where my life changed because I realized that one day I wish I could be like that. But then I realized
Once
it's
again, the
it's against-
same person, different color jersey.
once again, but I also realized that I like my life a little too much for that. But I don't
So
know.
you basically saying Cowboys fans are just Washington football fans with
I didn't say that.
balls?
Nah.
Wow.
Whatever, man.
Fighting
Nobody-
words right there, buddy.
The man's best teams on the West Coast. Nobody cares. So, as far as my 5 things, so I guess the first thing would be I would get not just like a TV, you know, my whole wall would be one big television, you know, from top of the ceiling to the bottom of the floor. It would just be a bunch of little TVs put together.
And you
It'd be
just
a big
and
ass
you'd have
TV.
a beanbag chair and some Cheetos, and you just sit in that room all day.
Chilling.
Dude.
Cheetos
I
and
was-
pork rinds in the large big gulp cup.
I don't know about the
I
big
like
gold
that
cup,
fantasy. I like that fantasy.
but
I ain't
yeah,
mad
it'd be,
at you for that.
I mean, and put the
But you
Xbox on
realize you
that
don't have
joint.
to. You realize you don't have to put the TVs together anymore. They make.
But I
something-
think he just wants to do that just cause.
Well,
Oh,
it wouldn't be the TVs. If I could get a screen that big, like a
You
full,
can.
because I don't want like the projector. I want it to be like, 8K.
Yeah, they can. They
Big
make
ass.
screens that big.
Yeah, that's what I would buy. I would buy something like that.
Okay.
So, but it would, it'd be what 10 by 10 feet by 10 feet, maybe. So it covers the whole wall, and yeah, that I would want that. I would probably take a trip around the world. I mean, that's kind of whatever. I guess I've always liked Jay and Silent Bob. Have y'all ever seen that movie, Jay and Silent Bob?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, a whole bunch of these people on the internet talking crap about them, and they went and beat all the kids up. I mean, like if my internet presence was like that, I would do that.
You just go all around the world getting assault charges.
Well, no, I wouldn't do it. That's the whole thing. They
He
did
brings
that.
fantasy to the real and brings real to the fantasy. I love
Nah.
when he does that. I
See,
like
they
that.
did that. No. I would just be like, "Oh, you live here, all right," and leave. And then
Leave?
at the middle of the night, some people just come in and mess up their house.
See,
That's all I'm
now
saying.
you got conspiracy for assault. Like, man, all right, cool.
Hey, man, they don't speak English. So, I guess another thing is I would probably, you can't buy a house, but I would buy like a large piece of property where I could, like do things like film and stuff like that. Cause I would like to do some filming and all that beautiful stuff. And then I don't know, the last one I really couldn't come up with anything, fun or whatever. But I would probably go to all like the stadiums in the world.
Which sport?
To see. Well, I would want to see all the stadiums for the NFL, all the stadiums for not stadiums, but arenas for basketball. Baseball, I don't really care. I don't care enough. I would want to go to Yankee Stadium. I'd probably buy steak in Yankee Stadium or the Yankees itself because I'd like to own a professional football team or a baseball team or something like that. So yeah, my stuff ain't Moby. Moby is
I mean, you
way
ain't gotta
more
be me, man.
energetic. Nah, I don't.
Mine was just about look, man. I'm not a petty person because I'm too broke to be petty. But you throw me some money, man, because I don't need all that money stuff to make me happy, man. But I think I could really get into this petty stuff, man. Like I could really do petty, right? Because I feel like most people who do petty do it on too small of a scale. Like, nah, man, we gotta do it all the way.
I mean, and you're right. Because
Like there's this thing on and like somebody has like this dreamer bus where he's just going around the country making people's dreams come true. Man, I just want to go around the country just being petty to all the people that I want to be petty to. And you know what? I might even get inspired by other people. Like, who the hell you want to be petty to? Let's make this shit happy. The Petty Bus 2022. We just gonna go around and we just gonna be doing petty shit.
wow.
Nothing that can get us put in jail. I mean, look, I got too much money to be doing stupid shit and going to jail. But hey, petty, I'm here for.
All right. All right, AG, what's on your mind other than listening to all that petty?
That was kind of fun. But anyway, because it's a lot of fun listening to you be petty. But anyway.
Really?
Yes. Because
Yeah.
you're funny sometimes when you petty. Oh my goodness. Anyway. I was sitting there watching the TV and everybody's seen this commercial. And is me trying to give balance to this whole racial thing. Because we always talk about the random white girl that gets killed in a horror film because she does something dumb or trips over something that ain't there. And it's a running joke. Well, on this Geico commercial where these group of kids are running from somebody, we'll say Leatherface, okay, for argument's sake, they're running from this dude on his property. The blonde white girl says, "Why don't we get in the running car?" And the white dude, and ironically enough, the black dude say something dumb as hell.
Are you crazy?
And they go inside Leatherface's house to get sawed up. So I'm like, I got it. All the times that we have said things about the blonde white chick in a horror film, and black people talking about, wouldn't no black people do that? Well, that's true because they're usually dead already. But we always talk about this chick. Now I'm here to tell you that I got to give her some props for coming up with the best idea in 30 seconds. Because she said, "Why don't we get in a running car?" That's what I got. Had to say it.
All right. Mo B, what's on your mind?
I've seen that commercial so many times, and I never even thought about into that context. It's just a random dumbass commercial to me. And now I'm thinking, yeah, you're right. The white blonde girl was trying to save the day.
She actually did, but she was just
she just folded under peer pressure.
But then at the end, as they're ending the commercial, she says, "Let's go to the cemetery."
We don't know if that was her though.
That was her. Same voice,
dude.
Guaranteed.
Look, see why?
He just needed to be her. He needed to bring it back home to hit.
Why, man? Why?
Hey, man, why? We tell the truth here. I'm just telling my truth.
Know if that's anyway. Go ahead, man.
Moby,
man, I know we talked about the Gruden thing, but I just wanted to say I have cracked the case. I know I got insider information. I know who leaked this information. Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer said it is too hot on these streets for me right now. We gotta start talking about Gruden racist, homophobic ass so they can get off of me filling up on this white girl booty. Like we need to move on and talk about the important things, like how this dude is sending racist jokes. Stick to the important issues.
And there were so many tweets going on saying exactly that. It was hilarious.
Honestly, that was probably the first thing I thought when Gruden resigned. I was just like, man, Urban Meyer probably gave him a call. Was like, yo, man, thanks.
Appreciate you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, when this shit cools down, when I get my next coaching gig, I'll put you on the staff. I mean, I've already put a woman abuser and a racist on my staff before. What's one more? I mean, shit, I got history with this.
Yes, and he hasn't received a ban at all. So yeah,
he's like, Gruden, you'll always have a job as long as I do.
And turn around and won a game. So you know his seat's cooling off.
Man, the next day.
You see how relaxed he looked? You see how relaxed he looked? Man, he was on the sideline walking with like a man who knew the streets weren't hot no more.
Exactly.
He was like, man, this Gruden shit. He said, ain't nobody even asked me no questions this week. Exactly. We went across the water to another country. Ain't nobody asked me no question. Everybody's still trying to figure out what's going on with Gruden and the Washington football team. He probably went to the club in London. Probably ain't scared of nobody. Hey man, y'all can take all the pictures you want. Ain't nobody worried about me this week, baby.
Wow.
So much truth to it. So much truth. Just saying. All right, Ruben, what's on your mind, man?
What's on my mind? The fact that, like, I literally was, I feel like I was legally blind for like 3.5 hours a day, man. That shit sucks. I got a new prescription for glasses. I gotta get them shits filled, cause having your eyes dilated is terrible. I don't think I'll ever get it done again, cause
Well, you have to. You got to get
I'm
your
about to say
eyes
until the next time you get your eyes
Yeah.
in. So
yeah, it was 2 years before. It's probably gonna be another 2 years, cause yeah, that feeling was not cool, because I felt like I was doing everything at half speed. Because now you have to be extra careful. You don't see some random thing, some random shape just come across your vision and all that stuff. So, yeah, I mean, get your eyes checked. Get your eyes checked. If you're over 40, get your butt checked. I mean, go to the doctor. Black man, go to the doctor. Just stop faking it. You know, it's no point, man. Hey, man, get it done. That's all I'm saying. Because if you don't get it done, then that shit's gonna come back and haunt you.
oh, you'll be done.
I
Truth.
mean, you know, just like old boy in the robot chicken, the Transformers and the robot chicken joint. They get, he had some sort of butt cancer or whatever, and Jazz he transformed into a coffin. Hey, man.
Butt
Don't let-
cancer. Can't we say colon cancer?
Okay, I didn't realize what it was. Sorry, my mind wasn't there
Butt cancer.
yet. My mind wasn't there yet. So, well, yeah. So
I thought you were saying butt cancer because you thought it was funny, not because you just couldn't identify that it was colon or prostate cancer.
I mean, that's what happens, man. When
Wow.
when AG
Wow.
ruins things, man.
How did I ruin it? How did I
Because
ruin it, man?
you had to bring it up.
You ruined it by dry snitching on yourself.
Yeah, I know.
You could have just kept going with the butt cancer joke, and I would have just been like, man, this dude is really holding on to this mediocre joke a long time. Like,
Yeah,
Because it wasn't a
what it is.
joke.
I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, man, go to the doctor. Black man, go to the doctor. White man, go to the doctor. Just if you're a person, go to the doctor. You never know what's gonna happen to you. Don't be scared, because when it's all said and done, I hope I can get up every morning and see. Just like I hope I can get up every morning and use the bathroom. Because there's some people out here who can't do that. So be proud of everything that you can and you can't do. But that's the end of this show for this week. I'd like to thank everybody for listening. Once again, we will be on Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Once again, we might kick it to 9:30, but I doubt it, because everybody gets on at 9:30. But hey, we'll see what we can do. Once again, for Moby, for AG, thank y'all for listening. And we are out.
You can send any questions or comments to FIVE Minute Warning 19 at gmail.com.
The 5-Minute Warning can now be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Breaker, Google Podcast, and Radio Public. Share, like, subscribe.
You've been listening to the 5-Minute Warning with Ruben Brown. Search 5-Minute Warning on the Spotify app. Peace.
Stay safe out there.